Back to the microphone.
Throw it on the ground. Happy birthday to the ground.
I did not see this coming. Apparently it's... Okay. Anyways, we are ready to go for game number 2, except for my neck being a little bit sore since I did not warm up at all before starting this cast.
Teams have switched sides. This time it will be Team Ship Girls on the blue side. So they will get first pick as we get into pick and bans somewhere. Sometime soon. Everyone is nervous peeing, to quote one of the players.
I'm not even sure if that's a thing.
It is now.
It is now.
'Cause I said so. Can you hear that?
Half?
Okay.
20% of it, I
Fire
guess.
Emblem is hard, guys. Probably. Alright, I'm gonna mute myself till the game gets back in, because awkward sounds, you know.
Well, I guess it's up to you, but seems like my co-caster just went off as we still wait for all the players to come back from their small break that they got only because I had to get my laundry out from the dryer. So we do have Ship Girls versus NACL. This is going to be round of 4 for CMU Rumble. If NACL wins one more game, they'll be advancing to the finals, where we are gonna cast the games at Baker Hall 136A live. Myself, Supernova Maniac, and Tibaroa, my co-caster, will be at the venue to cast these games, and there'll be free food, and also you would have some time to talk with the employees from Riot Games. So come check out, bring your laptop to play some games with some of the players from CMU and a couple of your friends. You can even get a chance to play with some of the Riot Games employees if they decide to bring their own laptop.
They usually do bring their own workstations to the event, and will probably be playing. I believe that's what happened over the past 2 to 3 years that they've been here. So, same bands across the board, other than that Vayne and Lulu coming in, but one sec, something messed up as Kishu leaves the game.
Somebody messed up. Very bad mistake coming out from Team NACL.
Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made.
Okay, so we do have confirmation that it is going to be the same bands.
And now they have to play Ring Around the Rosie to get back into their band orders.
Wow. This is too much work. This is too much work. You know, this is like going through the entire Boga Sword one by one with 5 different people swapping one at a time. This is why we need people who learn CS with data structures. Just use sorting algorithms.
Alright. Gomen. Alright, getting back in. Jumbi wa ii. I'm just reading chat. Jumbi dekimashita. Hayaku.
Ah, so desu ka.
Hobo is host. Alright. Same bands across the board. I believe they were Vayne, Lulu, and I can't actually remember the last one. So Irelia, probably?
Irelia was the band, yes, actually, and I can confirm this, so we are... Actually, I think the last band from the purple team was supposed to be the same thing with Blitzcrank instead of Gragas.
Yeah.
That's what they're talking about. So yeah, as long as those 5 bans are the same, the last ban from Purple Team actually did not go through, because the rule for CMU Rumble is that if you made a mistake, then you can actually quit the game and tell your opponent that you made a mistake, unless your opponent made the next choice.
Yeah.
So since Blue Team did not lock in a first champion, Purple Team had the chance to quit out from the game and make the adjustment. So that is the ruling on this one, and I am gonna let it go. You know, no punishment whatsoever.
I mean, as long as both teams are chill with it, fine. And at least coming in, not saying too much luck with that damaged jungler in Italy last game with the camp in the bot lane, as we saw. So going with more CC this time around.
What's interesting this time around is that Kishu actually picking Janna. The first time we're gonna see her on a champion that's not Nami.
Yeah. Janna was banned last round though, so definitely pick this time around with the Jinx. Jinx, that late game hyper carry, will actually do more damage with that shield around her. Surprise, surprise. Plus 50 AD is quite a lot. As they lock in their bottom lane right again. So we probably will be seeing Cyber Sage on that Jinx once again.
You know what's really interesting?
Bananas?
We do have Quicks actually having heal this time around. Rohancer also having heal.
Quicks is also an AD main.
Yes.
Actually. He plays mid lane for CMU, but he was originally a AD main, so he might actually swap the roles around this time as well.
That's what I'm
teams in the CMU Rumble usually are quite flexible with this kind of thing.
That's why I'm a little bit curious if that is actually going to go through. But we do have Jarvan the Fort, Messiah comfortable on this champion, and the scary Gragas, the V3 Gragas, actually being hovered over.
It has been unleashed. And it will be picked.
Clap, clap, clap.
Messiah having a good showing on that Jarvan last game, showing that he was not afraid of anything. And wow, 80 carries everywhere being picked. That could be a mid lane Kog'Maw if this Ashe pick does end up going through.
Yeah, so loss of stuns at bot lane if Ashe actually... Loss of slows and stuns at bot lane for Ship Girls if the Ashe pick goes through. We still do have top laner not being hovered over from Ship Girls.
The thing I love about Ashe is that with her new rework, so many times in ADK you want to go back and you want to buy an Infinity Edge, but it feels so bad just buying a Crit Cloak. But it doesn't feel bad on Ashe. It's the best thing in the world. So, and looks like that will get locked in. So we will be seeing Shen in the top lane, probably a mid lane AP Cog coming out from Quicks there, as he has swapped that to Ghost.
The insta-lock.
Maokai. I think they run Maokai on every game across 2 different plays, so pretty comfortable champion for them as they insta-lock that.
And this actually makes sense now with Quicks being on Kog'Maw. It's like he is gonna play the AD lane, except he's gonna go mid. So he's gonna be feeling a little bit more comfortable than playing the traditional mid laners.
Quite an annoying mid laner as well. Once you hit level 6, you kind of make the enemy team dance. You just /G.
Or suffer.
It's great.
One of those two is going to happen. Which one?
So,
find out in 9 seconds and 3 minutes. I'm supposed to say 3 minutes and then 9 seconds, but hey, my head is not functioning right now, so why not? You guys understood what I said.
So once again, quite aggressive bottom lane picked here from Team Ship Girls, looking for a lot of damage out of that Annie. Decided not to go with the Braum this time around, didn't find too much success with that. And they will be playing against the Janna Jinx lane, Double J's, coming in from NACL. So to go over the rosters real fast, on the blue side, we we have Team Ship Girls with Hobo Bobby once again in the top lane, this time on that Ninja, Shen. The mid lane and the jungle, we have 804 on Elise this time round. The mid lane FLC Quicks will be on Kog'Maw, and the duo of Brohanster on Ashe and Taylor Swift on Annie in the bottom lane.
And on the purple team, NACO, who is currently up 1-0. It is going to be Swafty once again on the Maokai. Messiah, same champion. Jarvan the Fort in the jungle. And mid lane, we do see a different champion. His name is Gragas. V3 Mishay just gonna wreak havoc on Gragas if he plays like last game back in round of 8. And of course, last but not least is going to be bottom lane for NACL. It is going to be the duo of Cyber Sage and Kishu, this time on Jinx and Janna, respectively.
Oh, okay. So my delay bar is a little bit glitching out right now, so you're gonna have to tell me when we get in, because Spectator Client is awesome.
126, 125, 124.
Yeah, just let me know when we actually get in. It's totally glitched out right now. I have no idea how much time we have to talk to entertain the audience. But interesting to see that new juggernauts have been picked in or banned for either of these teams right now. Really not caring, like, hey, Solo Q loves this, but we're too good for that. We're not gonna pick Fiora or Garen or Skarner. We're gonna do our own thing.
51 seconds left. 51 seconds left on the clock. I'm sorry about interrupting you. I thought you were done speaking right there. But for the next minute or two, I heard that one. Anyways, for the next minute or two, let's just talk about what is happening at Carnegie Mellon University. Of course, everyone knows that the TOC is coming Monday, and in related to Riot Games, they will be showing up at TOC only for this year, only on Monday. So they will be holding a booth and info set and just greeting you guys at TOC on Monday. On Tuesday, they will be at the CMU Rumble, where the finals, actually the winner of this match and the winner of the other match, I believe Golden Retriever Age, is going to face the winner of this match. So that was worded horribly, so let me just go through that again. It's going to be Golden Retriever Age, who won the first round of 4 in CMU Rumble, versus the winner of this series. And it's going to be played out at Baker 136A. I forgot the name of the auditorium, but you should Google that up. It's starting at 8 p.m. and we're going to have free food. We're going to have LAN party for League of Legends, and Riot Games employees would show up and actually have a nice conversations with you. And if you actually go to CMU League of Legends page, we do have more information on what Riot Games is going to do at CMU. Wednesday is going to be all info sessions, and on Thursday, 7 to 8 at Doherty Hall, 12:12, it is going to be Q&A session with the Riot employees. But as soon as I finish saying that, we are going into game number 2. On blue side this time around, it's going to be Ship Girls, and on screen right now is NACL, starting at the red side.
Are you at 30 seconds? 31? 32?
32, 33,
right,
we're good to go.
So,
35.
I'll stop talking if any action happens, but in the meantime, I'm assuming most of our audience is CMU students, so for those of you new to CMU, I would advise going to the TOC for just, even if you don't get an internship or anything, you get hella swag. Hella free swag, so you should totally go.
Also, it's a good time to gain some experience. Don't make the mistake that I did and start going to TOC in the later years just to ask yourself, why am I doing this so late and I don't want to apply for jobs? You're gonna end up jobless, like,
I'm also gonna fix the...
I'm not gonna finish that sentence, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna swap the icons. I don't know if you've done that yet.
I will.
You should do that. Lovely.
I was gonna say, you're gonna end up like me with no internships whatsoever.
Sad times.
Sad times. But I still get to cast League of Legends, which is one thing that's good and 200 things that's bad. Ugh.
Okay. So, we will be seeing a double jungle once again for Team Ship Girls here, they seem to like that tactic, and it seems to be the one they're opting for, and a standard jungle start once again coming out of NACL.
I'm gonna break the fourth wall for a second. Mino Haxer, at the CMU Rumble event, if Riot is giving out swag, can I be the one to give out to people that I want during events on the day of? I'm gonna be waiting for the answer in chat, but I guess we can discuss that a little bit later. As soon as I mentioned that, we are into the laning phase of the game.
No wet noodle fights here today.
No, not one so far.
As both junglers do pick up their first buffs successfully. Maybe we'll see another execute this game. I'd be amused.
I don't think it's going to happen that easily. I mean, it happens once, you're going to learn your lesson, but we do have level 2 hitting quickly for Cyber Sage, and he's going to try to deal as much damage as possible, but with Taylor Swift and Brohanster hitting level 2, he is going to back off.
Those rockets do so much damage with the shield early on, as it's time for wet noodle fights.
Alright, so on Tuesday at CMU Rumble, we're going to be giving away, as Mega Zero said, we're going to be giving away Mino Haxer as swag. So you should show up and be the lucky guy who gets Kevin Kwan.
And you get to pick who gets Kevin, right?
Yes, I do.
Dude.
You're going to have to impress me. We do have P3 just going in once again. He is so comfortable on the Gragas. Quicks just not want to be there. Just don't want to be there.
And the tent is being set up with webs this time in the bot lane, as we see 804 sitting in the bot lane.
Swift wants to go for it, and we do have Elise coming in, and this time it is going to be successful. We do have the heal, and Elise just going in, but the shield at last second not gonna matter. First blood going to 804.
First gang a lot more successful this time around. The CC is there to lock them up, unlike with the Nidalee that previous game, and they will claim first blood, giving them a hefty gold advantage in the first 4 minutes of the game.
Yeah, and it's just not as good since he's not playing Vayne anymore. It's Jinx, one of the most champions that can hyper carry at the end, but she cannot run away. And Hobo Bobby, spots the Jarvan in the fort nicely and runs away in a different direction.
Playing a ring around the Resi in that top lane rock right there. And not too much is going to happen for the next couple minutes.
Quickster's doing a nice job, even though he was going down earlier. He is getting targeted down a little bit, but he is actually winning in farm and doing a nice job coming back. But Hobo Bobby, this time around, he has a flash. But we do have Isaiah just going in, and it is not going to be enough.
Flag and drag just barely missing there, so a flash will be the cost for him to get out safely there. He does have teleport, so he'll be getting back to lane relatively quickly. Won't lose out on too much farm there. But successful gank did manage to get a summoner.
So Ashe just coming back to the lane with Vamp Scepter, but Jinx with only a Doran's Blade. We do have Jarvan the Fort just staying at the bot side river. I'm gonna see if that actually turns into play pretty soon. Cyber Sage does get CC'd, but no follow-up from Brohanster.
Yeah. Ashe just looking for the farm lane there. I guess with that Vamp Scepter picked up, won't really be looking to win the trades there. But once again, 804.
804 just
in the
waiting in there, but this time there is a ward in the brush, and Jinx does not want to make the same mistake.
Isaiah did signal that he was going to be there, but they did see Elise walk away, and he will just walk mid lane, pick up some EXP. I think he just wants to hit 6 as soon as possible.
He does love the Cataclysm, as we saw in the last game.
He is not afraid to use it.
Well, how effective is it going to be this time? Because last time he was completely fed. Well, even before level 6, a nice trade for NACL this time. Jinx does get CC'd, but the follow-up from NACL was really nice.
Hobo Bobby has hit 6, so they need to be extra careful bot lane now, as we do see how much pressure they love to put down there. And with that global ultimate there, they need to be careful not to overextend.
Well, they do want to put Shen out of the teleport position, with Jarvan the Fort just sitting at top. But nothing's gonna follow as... Oh, never mind, we do have the recall being cancelled. And Jarvan the Fort is gonna show, but he was sitting on a ward, so there's not gonna be follow. In fact, it's gonna be Hobo Bobby just gonna try to poke around Swapty as much as possible. Seems like he is comfortable at running away from the Jarvan the Fort if he decides to actually walk in.
Yeah, he got a little bit aggressive to try to waste Jarvan's time to stop him from recalling once again, but didn't work. And now he's in control of the lane again, with that sustain coming in from Shen.
I'm still gonna have to give credit to NACL for having a really nice map awareness. They did see Elise walk on a ward and they ping it right away. So just gonna try to completely shut out the play from 804. Just gonna try to ward the rush. She is gonna take it out, but this also means that Jinx, Janna, and possibly the Jarvan the Fort exactly knows where Elise is. In fact, they do see Elise actually going towards the back. Kiss, you're gonna walk into it. There is an exhaust, but is it gonna cause Kissyu's life? Oh, not so much. The Hurricane is gonna hit at the last second. Now it is 804 who's gonna get targeted down, but there is a Shen ultimate coming down. The arrow's gonna hit Messiah, and he's gonna get wiped out. Now we have 5-man bot lane, with Gragas just walking in, but he actually cannot find the room to engage. Well, he's actually going to go in and gonna try to get 804. There's the ultimate, but not enough damage. In fact, it's going to be Cyber Sage and Kishu just getting melted right away. We do have Hobo Bobby just going in. V3 in trouble, and the fight just going completely towards Ship Girl's favor.
Yeah, that was a 4v5, and they didn't even tower down. That was between the two towers, so this is going to amount to a quick dragon for Ship Girls, as everything falls apart for NACL with that play.
You know, it's gonna be interesting to see if we do have a game 3. I feel like the game is gonna depend on whether 804 can make the games work or not. Because the difference between game number 1 and game number 2 is that with 804 being on Elise, having the CC, she has more room to make these plays happen. So in the last game, we did have 804 trying to gank bottom lane as much as possible, but none of them worked out. And
it's
that's
not just the Elise. Last game they had Braum, so the stun was not right away. They had to get the 4 autos off, and right now they have the Annie for the instant auto as well in bot lane, so that's quite a bit stronger as well.
The combination is just not it's working out for them so well compared to the last game that, you know, NACL is still not out of this game, but if this game does go to game number 3, then they're gonna have to be thinking about the possible picks that can happen. Whoa, we do have Taylor Swift and Bro Hansen just going in. Kissu getting hit by the arrow, but they are gonna try to walk away from this one.
F4 is lurking in the shadows once again, always bot lane.
We do have Gragas just walking towards bot lane, but we know nothing more is going to happen.
They did get some summoners though, out of Janna there. So we probably will see a return gank, but you know, we probably would have seen a return gank whether or not that happened.
So now, 10 minutes into the game, the score is 5-0, complete reversal of what we had in game number 1. We do have Ship Girls just dominating this game so far, with none of the players from NACL just performing well and getting caught out of position.
Yeah, V3 not getting the gold that he's used to from the previous games, is farming quite nicely, almost even with Cogmos, which is pretty good.
Oh, Cyber Sage sees it, Bro Hansen is the only one over there, and it seems like he's gonna get caught out of positions. Taylor Swift also in the wrong position. She's just gonna get bursted. Bro Hansen, the ultimate is on, and barely at the last second. Hobo Bobby teleport. Actually, the ultimate getting cancelled at the last second. Swampy doing a nice job trying to make these plays happen. So close, yet so far for Cyber Sage.
Super Mega Death Rocket just leaving a sliver of health behind. That channel did save Brohancer's life, and because it got cancelled, Maokai actually has to leave top lane now, so unfortunate series of events there. Not as bad as before though. We see that NACL is not afraid of trying to make plays.
And 804 just waiting at the top lane, gonna try to attack turret and take it down as soon as possible, but we do have Taylor Swift back at the bot lane. So Cyber Sage, Kishu, seems like they wanted to go for a 1-for-1 trade with the turrets, but Cyber Sage is not going to be in any position to take down the turret anytime soon.
Yeah, it looks like this will be the first tower of the game going down. The Team Ship Girls once again showing that how much they prioritize towers, but FLC getting ganked here.
Oh, V3 just gonna try to go for quicks. We do have the teleport coming in at the last second, but oh, nice play by Swifty once again, canceling the teleport. It is gonna cost some HP for him, but he's doing a nice job just canceling the ultimate and the teleport from Hobo Bobby, and in fact, he's gonna be the one who's gonna try to dive into this one. Hobo Bobby needs to run away, but he's gonna try to attack as much as possible. He does have nice damage output at this point and runs away at the last second.
More wet noodle fights.
Wet noodle fights.
The double
top
void?
lane. Top lane.
The double void's a little bit awkward.
Well,
But
one's
hey,
a trinket and the other one's a ward, so...
Also, riders will be giving out events, so good chance of getting a fist bump void if you show up. We'll say that.
Or Kevin Kwan.
Or K-Quan.
Yeah.
We'll just give you K-Quan.
I would rather get a K-Quan with a K-Quan skin on Thresh than fist bump.
K-Quan will
That's my personal
carry you
choice.
with his TSM powers.
Okay, we do
Think
have
about
Darwin the Fourth coming in. Brohancer just gonna try to dodge that zap at the last second. There's the Cataclysm coming in, but Flash being used for Brohancer.
I enjoy how fast that came out. Like the instant Cocoon went out, you just heard the Jarvan scream. You knew what was gonna happen.
And
FLC Quicks in a little bit of danger.
at the same time, little misplay coming out from NACL. They try to ignore the minions and try to go for the turret, but this actually costs him. Messiah in the middle of nowhere, he does dodge the arrow, but he's not gonna dodge the kill.
Man, the 3 seconds of stun with that combo right there, just brutal. Brutalizing the lanes and the jungler.
Think about this, you have the anti-stun, you have the elite stun, you have Brohancer with the arrow for a possible stun or at least a slow with a W, and you have Quicks in position to melt him quickly.
I'm gonna go ahead and quote Meteos and say I've got cum shot in 3. With that elite coming in, a lot of damage being done to the secondary tower.
We do have Jinx taking down the bottom turret, but that's gonna be in distant future if that's gonna come into the play. Score is 6-1, 15 minutes into the game.
Cyber Sage in a little bit of trouble, knows that the team is coming, and knows that he has to recall right there if he wants to make it out in time, which he does. Jinx is really good at taking down towers though, so if they do want to trade, they do have a lot of wave clear coming out of Gargus. So not the worst decision to make. Dragon 2 being started right now for Team Ship Girls, as it looks like there will be no contest coming from NACL.
In fact, Ship Girls exactly knew that there would be no contest because even with the Warriors being in position, let's talk about this. One, Ship Girls already know that they're far ahead, and they know that NACL is not going to engage unless they have 5 men. And 2, they realize that Jinx actually back from that one. V3 getting low in this engage. Hobo Bobby getting half HP, but it seems like he wants to get the kill on V3. However, he is going to jump over the wall, and that is going to be it for now. But we do have rest of NACL and Ship Girls just joining at the mid lane with the exception of Ashe and Maokai.
I was so confused when you said, let's talk about this, and then someone pinged on the map at, like, a good location, and I was like, how'd you ping my replay?
This ain't StarCraft.
Yeah.
I wish it was like that, where I can just ping anywhere on the location and you could see where I'm trying to ping. Now that's one thing that I want from League of Legends observing, is that just custom controls like that, but V3 just going in ham. He does make it out alive at the last second, along with 804. Here comes the rocket and the flash from 804. He's gonna barely survive. this fight. We do have Messiah walking down from the top lane. The arrow is gonna hit Kishu, and with the infinite stun comes the first kill in this battle. We do have entire Ship Girls just marching down the mid lane.
Tibbers, go tank! Tibbers, go tank the tower! So tank.
Tibbers not learn.
Now he does.
Learn.
And smited. Smited down.
Poor Tibbers.
5k gold lead at 17 minutes into the game. Not insurmountable, but definitely not a good start. Not the start that they had last game or that they were looking for. And they're down 2 dragons as well. So NACL definitely not in the best spot. This is the first time we'll really get to see them play from behind. And we'll see if they manage to find the picks that they need to get back into this game.
Yeah, so what are some of the things that NACL has to do to start coming back into this game? I mean, just looking at the score, it's 7-1. They're down 2 dragons, down 3 turrets. So it just seems like if this was some sort of solo queue game, then, you know, with the people being toxic, half the people would have already given up on this game.
Luckily, it's not a solo queue game, and they do have communication on this side. So basically, they just need to extend the game a little bit longer while not losing out on gold, so that 5k gold lead is means less in the game. Jinx is farming quite well, 30 CS up, almost 30 CS up on that Ashe, and the other lanes are still relatively close in farm, so not losing too much on the farm game. But they do need to be more careful about objectives, as they might be losing their jungle quite soon as well.
What's interesting is that 3 of the kills for Ship Girls is actually on Annie. Something that I didn't realize until now. We do have Hobo Bobby just gonna try to go in and just gonna try to scare away Swafty, saying that you cannot free farm. This is my land. You need to walk away or else you're gonna get punished. Kishu trying to make some plays happen. We do have Elise just jumping up on the top, but they need to run away from this one. They know the rest of Team Ship Girls is waiting from behind. V3 actually launching himself away from the battle. Swafty needs to run away from Hobo Bobby, as we do have Ship Girls trying to make a play at the bot lane, but all NACL has to do right now is hug the turret.
And they do have good wave clear, but Messiah, he's not going in as often this game now that they're on the back foot. He still needs to find a good pickoff target though. They should probably try to burst the Annie or the Ashe before they manage to cast their ultimate or something. They need to stop the chain of CC that's going out.
Yeah, well the problem is even if they try to stop it, the CC already comes to them like this. Cyber Stage is gonna get Tibbered and melt him right away. So yes, they need to go for Annie and Elise, but they don't have the room to get there.
This is why you're not too sad about having a lot of kills on support Annie. As long as you can burst out the enemy AD carry, you're still doing your job.
Hobo Bobby just wet noodling once again on the top lane, but the main use as the bottom lane. We do have V3 trying to wave clear as much as possible, trying to buy as much time before Cyber Sage can come back up. But the firepower from Ship Girls is too strong right now. That NACL, they're trying their best, but their base is slowly crumbling apart. 804 actually getting tossed back, and Cyber Sage finally picks up a kill in this game. Messiah is gonna try to Cataclysm, but Quicks actually gonna flash out of this one, and actually gonna try to target, but V3 coming in. And nice rocket from Jinx, and now amazing play coming out from Swafty, just canceling the ultimate once again, so that Elise cannot survive after getting hit from the rocket. So really nice play coming out from NACL.
Messiah barely surviving attack. I can't say it's actually
oh, you're sitting on a ward! Uh-oh. It's not like I can call you right now and say, hey, you're sitting on a ward with Annie and Ashe coming through, but goodbye.
You can't actually say Kog'Maw's passive. Just can't say it. But yeah, wards, I've noticed that Messiah has not changed his trinket to the red trinket in either of these games as the jungler, so definitely something that they might want in the future. Sitting on wards as the jungler is not ideal.
This wet noodle fight is finally gonna go into game of chase. Swafty gonna try to go in. Rest of Team NACL is there to take down Hobo Bobby. He's gonna try to run away from this, but with minions targeting, there we go. Kill
What is this
Swafty.
rhythm of speaking? And that was a very optimistic flash.
No, you just gotta try new things with casting here and there. Why not try to mix in here and there? But because they do see all the champions at the top lane, third dragon goes to Ship Girls and Zero for NACL.
Yeah, they're not too worried about dragons till the 5th dragon. They just want to catch up in gold. So if they can keep doing these picks, things will turn out pretty well as long as they can stop the 5th dragon from happening. The ward coverage has died across the map though, as we see Taylor Swift clearing out that pink ward. Basically the last ward that was up for Team NACL right now.
So 22 minutes into the game, and if you go back to Steven's checklist, or Tiberoa's checklist, we do see that, just gonna go back to what you were saying before, we do see the gold lead is still capped at 5k between the two teams, with NACL finally picking up some kills, so that's really nice. And Swafty getting caught out of position, but we did have the rest of NACL just waiting inside the jungle.
Yeah, they're getting the Baron wards down so they don't have to face check that later. As seems like they actually want to fight right now, which is kind of surprising given the gold differential, but they've decided that hey, that wasn't the best idea. We are down for ult and Shen is split pushing us to death. We're down a lot of gold, not for ults. They have all their ults.
Oh, kiss you, Kishu. I'm sorry, Kishu. I got called on this for saying the wrong name before, but we do have V3 coming in. Oh, Stand United! It's not gonna even matter. The arrow does his Cyber Sage, but no continuation on Jinx whatsoever. Swafty going in, and this is a fight they were looking for. 804 and Brohancer needs to run away, but V3 in perfect position to catch 804 off guard. Messiah going rogue, but Brohancer is gonna go down at the last second with Kishu healing at the last second. Hobo Bobby does come in, but is he gonna get ace? He's gonna try to jump over the wall, but V3 can actually follow up. Hobo Bobby does have a lot of HP, but we do have Jinx following from behind, but instead they're gonna ditch Shen to go for the Baron, which is amazing choice for Team NACL.
Yeah, the biggest issue with having Shen as your split pusher is that if you don't have a secondary front line, hang on.
Oh, we do have Hobo Bobby trying to come in, trying to target Messiah, but Hobo Bobby is gonna go down. Rest of Team NACL is low. Uh-oh, here comes Annie from behind. Annie does have Tibbers, and yes, the Tibbers goes down. The first victim is gonna be Kishu, and the Baron is actually not finished, but Taylor Swift is gonna go down. No, he's gonna get a double kill, but here comes the rocket, and Jinx secures the kill, but this does put the entire NACL away from the Baron, and they need to run away ASAP.
And now the other team, Ship Girls, are the ones looking for its Baron now, but Swafty does have teleport. I imagine he will use it to stop this Baron, because 804 is taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, he's not the one who's supposed to be taking damage away from there. The Jinx rocket is actually down, but Messiah needs to go. Needs to go. The teleport needs to be there.
Oh, where was the teleport, Swafty?
I guess he didn't have the guts to actually go for it. No.
But let's just go back to what I was talking about before, where if Shen is if you don't have a secondary front line as opposed to Shen, it's really awkward if they catch you out and you can't get into the fight. Hobo Bobby was forced to use his teleport after his ult target died there to get into the fight as well, which is why that went so well for Team NACL there.
And just talking about the teleport there, you know, Messiah, if he tried to teleport in, then yes, he could have tried to get a kill, but with Annie and 804 waiting, I guess he was too scared to just walk in, get CC'd, and get melted right away.
Are you getting a weird sound bug with Kog'Maw where you hear the Icathian surprise sound every time?
If there's a bug, I just ignore it because I don't want to make Riot look bad. Anyways, going back into the game, Yeah, so Messiah just deciding not to teleport. You know, on one hand, it's not the greatest decision. Swafty, excuse me. This is what happens if you have a sound bug. Anyway, Swafty just not deciding to teleport. On one hand, it was not as great because he could have tried to stop Baron or even steal Baron. But at the same time, knowing that they're just slowly getting back into the game, he did not want to risk another death, another meaningless death, just by teleporting into the Baron and getting stunned.
Yeah,
so
Baron's
little trade-off here and there. Yeah.
If they're gonna lose possibly Inhib again for Baron, which isn't very good because they're coming up on 5 dragons relatively soon. They're not gonna be able to fight for this. If you
nice flash coming out from Janna. The arrow is gonna miss. So with the ultimates down for Ship Girls, it seems like NACO wants to go in, but the front line Swafty actually going low, so he needs to run away from this. But Cyber Sage, in the end, ends up in the front line. This is not the position that you want to be in. And with the nice battle going towards Ship Girls, they're gonna just march in and go for the first inhibitor of this game.
And that is why you taunt flash instead of flash taunt. So, first inhibitor of the game going down to Ship Girls as they back up for their 4th dragon. And awkward series of events there for Team NACL as Kisyu's flashed that arrow, only for it to hit Cyber Sage.
We do have Jinx with the rocket, but that is not going to even matter. They just melted quickly. So 4th dragon going towards Ship Girls as they're just gonna go back, regather, buy items, and slowly march down towards victory. As NACO, they're trying their best, but with the bottom inhibitor turret down, it's gonna be harder for them to defend in these series of events.
This Kog'Maw is a dead Kog'Maw to me. I'm trying to check his stats and it keeps making the sound and it's really annoying.
So with around 30 minutes into the game, the score has closed up a little bit. But the key point is that the turret count, the dragon count, and 1 Baron that went towards Team Ship Girls. As the goal difference between the two teams is only around 4k, so it's still similar to what we had before. But because of the inhibitor down at the bottom lane, because of the dragons, NACL, you're not in a great position.
Yeah, they have to stop the next one, basically.
Well, they want to try to go in, but they need to finish the fight as soon as possible because we do have the super minions coming back at the main base. Swafty does make it out alive, but Messiah is going to be the first victim of this game. Hobby Bobby and 804 just taking the rocket from Jinx means that no damage is going to get dealt whatsoever. And the midst of all this, the Nexus turrets are finally getting targeted down, so Jinx has to go back and start getting those super minions away from the turret. But this also means with 804, Hobby Bobby and Quicks in nice position, they're gonna go for the inhibitor, possibly additional kills just like that. Swafty does go down. Jinx trying her best to save the Nexus turret as much as possible, but the firepower from Ship Girls is too much. Quicks just bursts Jinx right away, and ladies and gentlemen, we are going into game number 3 as Ship Girls picks up game number 2.
Mounting to a more eventful series as we have our first 1-1 cast, I think. And we will be getting into game 3 shortly.
So we'll be taking a short break, but when we come back, it is going to be third and final battle between NACL and Ship Girls.